So, with that said, here's what I want to do. I'd like to share with you a biblical roadmap for when I'm faced with decisions that I just can't find a black and white answer for in the Bible. Here's what I do. I ask myself three key questions, and then I proceed or not based on yes or no answers to these questions. So here it is. Question number one: do I have a right to this or to do this? Is it lawful? Is it okay to participate in? And when I say, is it okay to participate in, I'm talking about things that you're absolutely unsure of. Not like Halloween, which you may be uncertain of, but you know certain things you just know is a no. However, for somebody watching, you may be absolutely sure. So I encourage you, stick with what you feel sure about. If you feel absolutely sure about Halloween, stick with that. But if the answer to my question is yes, then I'll proceed. If the answer to my question is no, I'll stop right there. But let's just say hypothetically my answer is yes, meaning that this is lawful or okay for me to do. Then my next question is this helpful, beneficial, or constructive for me? See, here it is. Just because you have the right or it's unlawful or it's lawful or it's not wrong, it doesn't mean that it's beneficial. Now, of course, you already know I'm going to give you some scripture. So let me give you some scripture. The first one I want to share with you is out of 1 Corinthians 6 and 12. And that's going to back up what I just said. So 1 Corinthians 6 and 12 says, all things are lawful for me, but all things are not helpful. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Then we got 1 Corinthians 10 and 23. It says, all things are lawful for me, but not all things are helpful. Excuse me, y'all. All things are lawful for me, but not all things edify. So the point I'm making is that when you ask yourself the the first question, is this okay for me? Is this lawful? Like, all right, I'm not committing a crime here. Is this okay for me to participate? If your answer is yes, the next thing you have to ask yourself, but is it beneficial? Does it edify? Because just because it's okay to do it doesn't mean it's constructive for it. Doesn't mean that it's beneficial to you. Do that make sense? So again, if my answer is yes, I'll go to the next question. If no, I stop right here. But again, let's hypothetically say that my answer was yes. Yes, it's beneficial or helpful for me. Then my next question is this: will my actions lead another to stumble, stray, or sin? See, look, y'all, what we have to realize is that there are some areas that we really just don't struggle with. So it's okay for us to engage. But for me, as a leader in and out of my church, will the freedom I have be the fault of my brother or sister? Who's watching me, thinking they can do what I do, but end up, going astray or being led astray? So let me give you an example. Many of us know that most casinos give away free alcohol to people that are actively gambling, right? So now I've never struggled with gambling or alcohol. So strolling through, a casino doesn't bother me a bit. Now I know few people that struggle with both of these areas. So I would never go with them to the casino or co-sign them being there because while I know I don't struggle with this, I know it could lead them to struggle, stray, or sin. Now, as always, let's back this up with some scripture. So 1 Corinthians 8 and 9 says, but beware lest somehow this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to those who are weak. And then we also have 1 Corinthians 10 and 24. And what that says is, let no one seek his own, but each one the well-being of others. So what Paul is doing is emphasizing that he would rather give up his own rights or freedoms than cause another believer or brother to stumble or be weakened in their faith. So y'all, this is a very powerful statement about loving others and putting the well-being or spiritual well-being of others first. So let's go ahead and just kind of wrap this up. So if my answer is yes to this question, will my actions lead another believer to stumble, stray, or sin? I'll stop right here. But if my answer is no, meaning no, my course of action won't cause another brother to stray, I'll move on to my final question. And here it is. Will my actions glorify God? If yes, proceed. If no, stop right here.